welcome back to CCR Community. Today is Junior Golf at Home with Rob Kummer.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Junior Golf at Home. I hope everybody's well and staying safe. As you can see, we're back out here at the club again today, and we're going to elaborate a little bit on the chip shot that we did last week. I hope everybody had plenty of time to practice that and had some good results. What we're going to do today is switch from the bump and run, which was that low shot that just gets a little bit of air rolling. So we were looking to hit the ball about a quarter of the way to the hole and let it roll out 3/4. Now we're going to add some loft. We're still going to do the same exact stroke, but we're going to add it or bump it up to a sand wedge or pitching wedge here. And what we're going to do is see the difference in the trajectory and how much the golf ball rolls to the hole. So again, with that bump and run, you saw it stay low and roll out a lot. So now with the more loft we have, we're going to see it go much higher, and it's not going to roll out as far. So both have pluses and minuses. When we start getting into the pitching wedge and the sand wedge, you might find that it's a little bit more tricky to get the ball airborne, at least right at the start. A lot of times that has to do with the fact that we're hitting too much ball and we're not getting that leading edge underneath the ball. Okay, we need that interaction with the ground and the ball. So make sure we get that swishing action. And when I say to the kids a lot of time, we want to pretend that we're giving the grass a haircut. So every time we hit that shot, we want to see a couple of those blades of grass fly. So we're going to get in that same position again, that hut position. Golf ball is going to be right in the middle of the stance for now, and we're just going to keep working that same stroke. And with that bump and run, it was toe to toe, much like the putting stroke that we learned. When we start adding more loft, we might need to go a little bit longer. Okay, so we might be in between our toe and maybe our knee now, depending on how far we need to hit that shot. So join me here. We're going to do 2 drills to help hone that stroke in, and we'll help everybody out. Okay, so for our first drill today, we're going to do we're going to adapt the towel drill that we did last week. As you remember, I had the towel very close, and it was just getting the golf ball to bump over top of it and then roll out to the hole. So now, as you can see, I have a target behind me. I'm going to go for the blue stick. And now I have my towel much further out from where I'm going to be hitting. So now that golf ball actually has to get much more airborne to clear this towel and then roll out. So a good rule of thumb when we start adding the loft, especially with the pitching wedge and the sand wedge, you're probably going to want to start aiming, maybe hitting the golf ball halfway to the hole on the green and letting it roll out the other half. And I'm not saying that that's the grand rule or anything, but start with that and see how it works out. You might notice that, oh, I hit it just a little bit lower, my trajectory is a little lower, and then it runs out a little bit more. Or hey, you know, my trajectory got up way higher and now I'm only getting it 75% of the way to the hole instead of getting it to release the whole way. So come on back here and join me. Again, from my perspective, we're going to have my hitting station. I'm going to have the towel about 10 to 15 feet in front of me that I want to hit over, and then I want another 10 to 15 feet to my target. So I'm going to get right back in here into my good setup and my good position. As you'll notice, I'm probably going to take a little bit bigger swing to execute this. And as you can see, I hit almost far enough. I did catch a little piece of the towel and it threw it to the left. So now I know that I need to just increase the length of my swing, which is very, very important. When we're talking about this shot, we don't want to force it, we don't want to add power to it. So if we need to hit it further, how do we do that? We take a little bit longer swing. Same tempo, a little bit longer swing. There we go. As you can see, I fully cleared that towel and even rolled out a little bit further than my target, but I'm going to say I'm about 2 to 2.5 feet away from that hole. I know I can make a 2.5 footer, that's not a problem. But just make sure that you're giving yourself that target and that goal. So this one is all about the distance we're trying to hit it as well as the trajectory we're trying to hit it. All right, so on to our next concept. We worked with putting, the smallest, most controlled stroke. Then we got into chipping, so we're off the green, just off the green, very similar stroke. But what do we do when we're a little bit further away? We call that a pitch shot, P-I-T-C-H, pitch. So what that is a shot that's going to even increase in trajectory from our previous one. And as you notice, if you just pan over here to the side, I'm now a couple feet off, and this can go anywhere from, you know, being 15 to 20 feet off the edge all the way back to even maybe 30 feet. So what's really going to change, we're going to get into our full-on golf posture. We're not going to be in that putting stance anymore with our eyes more over the ball. So I want everybody to get into that good hut position. We're going to let the club just hang there. We're going to have our arms hanging straight down underneath of our shoulders. And what does that actually create? It means that the golf club has a little bit more droop to it, okay? When we're closer with the putting stroke with our eyes more over top of the ball, that shaft is a little bit more straight up and down. So when that shaft is straighter up and down, that actually produces a lower shot. Okay, when we get into our full-on golf posture where we're letting our hands hang more and now my eyes are inside of our golf ball, that shaft lean or that droop we have right here helps that golf ball get up in the air even more. Okay, so we're going to get in that good posture we just talked about, and now we might need to hit our knee to knee swing. Okay, so instead of that little chip shot where we're going maybe in between the toe to the knee, we might be looking to go knee to hip now to be able to hit this shot the proper distance. Well, I want everybody to keep in mind, just like I said in the past video, tempo is critical. As soon as we get here and we say, oh, we have to hit it further, if I speed up my tempo and try and hit it hard, bad results going to happen. Got to make sure we keep it nice and smooth, and if we have to hit it further, we keep the same tempo, we just make the swing a little bit longer. So have a good drill here. Join me in this next little short clip. I'll show you what to do. All right, so for the drill I have that's going to help everybody out, and this is fun because you can practice it by yourself or you can turn it into a family game, you know, add some points to it, see who does the best at the end. I know I like playing for ice cream. That was what I always did when I was younger with my dad, but I'll let everybody have their own interpretation of it. This is called hopscotch pitching. Okay, so what you're going to see, I'm going to have my end target. I'm going to have 2 or 3 intermediate targets. I use little flags for this. So pretty much this game, all you have to do is call out which one you want to hit it to. Okay, so I would say I'm going to hit it to the second flag. So what does that mean? I probably have to hit it to the first flag to have it roll out to the second flag. So we're working on speed, we're working on trajectory, and we're working on having a game plan. Okay, I'm not just saying I'm going to hit it to the second flag, because if I hit it there, it's going to roll off and maybe go to the third target. So make sure we have our start and our finish and our plan. Okay, why don't we come back here and I'll demonstrate a shot. And if you're doing this at home, I highly recommend that you find a nice lie. Okay, it's really difficult, especially for beginners, if we have that golf ball sitting deep in the grass. All right, let's get it up and high. I'm gonna go let the lawnmower pass by here. I'm gonna go second flag. So what does that mean? I probably have to hit it to the first flag, and I need to have enough trajectory that it's not rolling through this grass in front of me. So first flag, let it roll out to the second one. All right, what did I do? I had the golf ball actually fluffed up a little too much, so I had a bad club choice. What we're gonna do that again, and we're gonna try and fly it to the first flag, let it roll out to the second one. There we go. I actually almost hit that first flag. So I'll let everybody have grand imagination on this. You know, do it up however you want it. Make it a, you know, adult child game. Come out here, you know, set it up for your junior to practice. What I do is I like to have about 10 to 15 feet of space in between all those flags. So as you can see, I learned from my first shot, and what this game is all about. I learned that first one, I didn't swing it long enough. So what did I do? I created a little bit longer swing, and then I got it to go out. So thanks for joining me for this drill, and we'll have just a few more nuggets of information coming up. Stay with me just a second. Alrighty, so now that we learned a little bit, we added on to the chipping, we learned a new drill with the pitching. One quick final piece of information for everybody. I just want to really touch on what the sternum does. So that piece right here of my body, the sternum, that is what swings the golf club. I don't want people to get out and feel like this is a really armsy swing and all I'm doing is swinging my arms. If you watch those couple shots, you saw that I would get my club, I get it to my knee or my hip position, and then my chest or my sternum actually led and swung that club through. So that's really the key part for the pitch shot that is different from that chip shot. So I hope everybody found this video helpful for today. Please join me next week. I'm going to elaborate even a little bit more on pitching, and then we're actually going to get into a little bit of the full swing. I know everybody's itching to do that. So I hope everybody stays well. Please be safe. I look forward to seeing everybody next week.
Thank you. Please stay tuned to the club's Facebook, website, Instagram, club emails, and this YouTube channel. Click below to subscribe, and we'll see you soon.